Libra, welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your tarot and oracle forecast for the full moon in Aries of 2021. I hope you guys are doing great out there. It is always wonderful to see you here at the channel, so thank you for stopping by. If you're new, please do take time to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family, and also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button to let me know that you enjoy the content here. And thank you so much to my returning subscribers as well. Libra, this is going to be all about what's coming through with the energies and patterns of that full moon in Aries. That is a special full moon for you because Aries is the flip side of your sign, so it's going to bring through possibly a lot of energy from the other side of your personality, getting you to see things from other people's perspective, etc. So that's what we're going to be looking at. If you've seen my full moon readings before, you know that I do these in a past, present, future layout. From full moon to full moon cycle, those last about 28 to 30 days. So that's kind of the time, that we're looking at, the time frame we're looking at. But I would say that if it resonates for you or you see this reading at another time, it's meant to be. So you can certainly take those messages as they apply to you. Do keep in mind that these are general readings, so they will not resonate with every single Libra out there. So please take what makes sense and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use in my sessions, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links and information are down below in the description box. So let's get into it, Libra. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, let's see what we have for Libra in the full moon of Aries 2021. What messages are coming through for them? What do they most need to know, please? Nice. All right, guys. Yeah, Libra, you've got a lot on your plate these days. That's what I know that, I feel that for you guys. So in this immediate past position, what's passing away with this last full moon cycle that we had, which was the full moon of Pisces, a very emotional full moon, we have the new moon of Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. So there could have been, some issues around, home, family, making sure everybody had what they needed and wanted, and you really making sure that everything was secure and safe. And you might have also been feeling kind of emotionally vulnerable, Libra, over this last 30 days. You could have been feeling more sensitive or more touchy around your subconscious or your deeper inner emotions. Let's get a clarifier on that card, please. And we have action. So thank goodness, I think you did not stay too deeply in that heavy energy, Libra. I think that you've used those intuitions, those messages from your subconscious, any of those promptings of your inner drive. I think that you have really used that to propel yourself forward. And I think that this was also a, kind of a sign of things to come, because the Aries full moon that we're going to be embarking upon, on the 20th, that is going to really push us into a time of action. So I feel like, in a way, any of the things that you've been kind of clearing out of your subconscious, clearing out of your house, this has really been paving the way for a new action, for new growth, for a new burst of energy. What I really feel, with this full moon in Aries, that of course will be October 20th at 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there is a great influence not only of your sign, Libra, but also of Mars. The moon will be in Aries, the sign that is ruled by Mars, and the sun in Libra will be conjunct Mars. They will be traveling together, causing that opposition to the moon. So Mars is very heavily factored into this particular full moon, and I think you're going to feel a lot of motivation, a lot of push forward, a lot of that, being propelled towards whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Going into the present energy, when that full moon arrives on the 20th, we have the new moon in Aries, another new moon cycle. So I also feel that there's a lot of new beginnings on the way for you. An Aquarius energy coming through, bringing love, more love into the situation. I would say that yes, this is allowing you to give and receive both in measure. Aquarius is a very liberating sign. It's a very loving, generous sign. And it's also a sign that's very authentic, very unique, and very true to itself. So I would say that Libra, if you've been having a hard time just loving and appreciating yourself, it's a big time to bring that into the situation, whatever it is that you're looking at. It's some new, ooh, yes. And we've got our harvest moon shining out in that equation, the fruition card. So Libra, not only is this a time as this new moon, not new moon, I'm sorry, full moon in Aries occurs, this is a time to love yourself and others more, bring more acceptance of who you truly are into the situation, and also focus on what it is that's coming to fruition in your life and the things that you want to bring to manifestation, because that harvest moon is very, very blessed for that. So that's bringing you a lot of good energy during this time. Some people apply the harvest moon to different months. You know, many people say the harvest moon is September or October, so you could also very much align that card to this particular full moon coming up. Going into the immediate future here over the next 28 to 30 day cycle, Libra, we have take time to breathe out with the disseminating moon. Like I said, I really do get the sense that you've got a lot going on. There's a lot of activity. You're working towards manifesting goals, dreams, ambitions, and you are going to need a break over this next month. So maybe after the full moon on the 20th, you know, give yourself some time, especially those 2 weeks after the full moon, because that's when we enter our waning moon cycle, and that is a better time of relaxation and release. Don't be afraid to take some breaks, Libra. You're going to need them. Time to de-stress, relax. Don't push things too hard after that. Yes, and focus on the needs of your soul with this wolf moon, the hunger moon. That's actually the full moon that comes into the month of January. So this could really kind of be sort of that preparation, you know, for the darker, colder nights ahead. Kind of tuck in, take a break, Libra, relax. And think about what it is that you need to do to really satisfy the longings of your soul, right? That's what I feel so much with this hunger moon. It's like you're really crying out to the divine for assistance, for intervention. So really let the world know, let the divine know, here's what I need, here's what I desire. Also, if you just, you know, want to write down, what are my coping mechanisms for getting through, you know, that winter time season, if you're on the hemisphere where it is going to be that winter season. For some of y'all, it might be summer. So it might be a totally different vibe. But for those of you that are facing, you know, the colder days ahead, I know that that can sometimes be a thing. And it's important to line up the ways that you're going to be working through that. But I really mostly feel this next month ahead is really about attending to the needs of your soul and not being afraid to speak up on behalf of yourself and what it is that you need to feel more relaxed, to feel more at peace. Let's get into some tarot, and we're just going to lay these over top of our moon cards. Past, present, future layout, just the same to deepen these messages. Definitely lots of movement, Libra. Oh my goodness. So for the past position that was on top of that Cancer new moon and the action card, we have the Judgment card. To me, this is the higher vibration of the Death card. It's the same as the Renewal card in this Angel Tarot, and that is a Pluto ruled card. So I feel like, again, you know, over this past month, you've really been looking at something deep inside your soul, some subconscious elements have been rising to the surface, maybe around child issues, childhood memories and things like that, something deep from your subconscious, because it's that Cancer realm, and it's really caused you to take some action on things. And now it's like you're ready for this whole new rebirthing. It really is. And I feel like you've almost gone through this death cycle for a lot of my Libras. And this Judgment card, this renewal, is like the phoenix from the ashes rising out of all of this. Yes, and look at this. I'm telling you, that's what I'm feeling, is this Three of Swords. Like there's been something that has either been really painful, maybe past relationship disappointments, past, I'm feeling for some of my Libras, even like really difficult interactions with certain family members that have really kind of broken your heart and made you just go, oh my gosh, I can't continue, this interaction because it just hurts me every single time. And so I feel like this renewal, this rising above, it's like you've gone through the heartaches, you've gone through those swords in the heart, the difficult times that have really challenged you from the inside out, and now it's like you're rising above this. You're coming out of it. You're saying no to this. You've already gone through the death, the transformation, the loss, the heartache, the grievance. But now it's time for a brand new start. It's time for a brand new life. And going into the present energy of what's going to be coming in with this Aries full moon is very exciting. Now, keep in mind too, Libra, that in your universal astrology, that Aries full moon is going to be activating your relationship house. So I feel like it's bringing this whole new breath of fire, enthusiasm, and revitalization into that relationship house. And that can be all your interactions, right? That's, not just love, but family, friends, co-workers, the whole thing comes into that realm. So this Chariot card on top of that Aquarius new moon card, the harvest moon. And so I do feel, look at that, there's still movement here. And it's interesting because the past position that felt so challenging was that Cancer energy, and the Chariot is Cancer. So I feel like there's something major that a lot of you guys have learned, whether it's from, past situations with family, with love, with work, with a home situation, whatever that is, but you've really learned some major lessons here, because the Chariot is about learning those big lessons and moving forward. It's a very strong victory card. And Libra, it's also a strong balance card, which you're all about. You're all about balance. That's why we have the dark and the light horse. It's the two sides of ourself. It's the yin and the yang, the masculine, the feminine, the positive, the negative, the sun and the moon, right? And so to me, when I see that Chariot, it's like those two sides of ourself are finally communicating. They're finally getting along, and they're taking us somewhere so much better than where we have been, because instead of our emotions running all over us and those horses going any which way they want, it's like finally you feel like, okay, I got this. I understand the two sides of myself. I understand my difficult emotions, and I know how to guide them in such a better way. And look at this, our Judgment card is coming out again, Libra, to clarify this. So this is just a major confirmation that you are absolutely moving toward your brand new life, rising up, phoenix from the ashes. You have gone through your death cycle, guys. You do not have to continue to do that anymore. It's time to clear away the ashes, dust yourself off, and move into this new incarnation that the angels, that the divine are calling you into. It's like you've risen from the dead. That's really what this card is like. It's like, I'm coming back to life. Oh my goodness. So going into the future, yes, the next 30 days, Libra, I think this big challenge is going to be about resting, being good to yourself, focusing on what you need, and not letting worries or anxieties overwhelm you, right? Because I feel like, this past month, and as you go through this full moon cycle here, this is huge. Like, you have really resurrected yourself from some very old painful cycle. And I think that you're really learning some new routines, some new habits, and that might not be the easiest at first. It's like Spirit saying, it's time to relax, Libra. It's time to rest. It's time to pat yourself on the back. Say, job well done. I'm going to take a little break to just decompress and get in touch with my needs. And, you know, there comes that Nine of Swords, da 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 da. You know, our mind starting to work overtime and chew us up with anxieties and fears and trying to pull us back into those old negative mental patterns. So Libra, the big challenge for you going through to the next full moon, which will be the Taurus full moon, is to be aware of when the mind starts to do that thing and remind yourself, you know, hey, there's my brain thinking again. It's time for me to relax. It's time for me to de-stress. Yes, and come back to the beginning. Come back to the present moment. Look at that Magician card, clarifying the Nine of Swords. I would say that part of what might be worrying you, or part of what might be, you know, freaking you out a little bit is like, because the Magician is like all new life, putting together a whole new experience, a whole new manifestation. And that's what's happening now. And you might be kind of going, well, how am I going to do it? I've got, you know, all the decks are cleared for action. What's the first step? So just stay in the moment, Libra. Stay in the present moment. Don't let yourself get too worried or scared about what comes next. You've got to stay very much in the moment with this here. Not letting yourself get overly worried about the future. Don't dwell on the past too much. You've come through so much, so give yourself some credit, give yourself a break, and don't hesitate to reach out to your guides, to your angels, because boy, they are with you. Let's get into an affirmation, please, for Libra on this full moon in Aries. Oof, these really want to flip. Yes, look at that. Perfect, perfect. We have the keyword of meditation. That's absolutely what is required, guys. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. That's exactly what you're going to need over this next 28, 30 days here, Libra. Just take a moment whenever your mind starts to do that Nine of Swords thing and you might feel kind of worried or stressed out. Take a moment, breathe, connect to the divine. Take a little time to just get that meditative moment, even if it's just for a minute or two. It'll help to reset you. All right, Libra, have a wonderful full moon, guys, and I'll be seeing you again soon. Take care.